Did the real Slim Shady oppose a trademark application for Reasonably Shady? Yeah, we're gonna need to talk about this one. Glanville got Juan's phone number just at the beginning of this was
and sweet
HUD, exclusive, Nicola, everything going
the whole
talk over the weekend.
very sort of positive.
All right, welcome back to another video, you guys. I am just back from vacation, so I am getting reacclimated. So I was flipping out when I saw Page Six put out an article, and it said that Eminem filed an opposition to Giselle and Robin's trademark application for Reasonably Shady. Now, this was not ever something that I would even think to like connect. Like I would never think if you told me, if you were to connect Eminem and Real Housewives of Potomac, I probably would have been like, that's so insane. Like how would that even be possible unless he's a fan of the show? But here we are. So it looks like Robin and Giselle wanted to file a trademark application for Reasonably Shady. As we know, they have their podcast, Reasonably Shady. And I guess they wanted to trademark it so that they could, use it to, make money. And it's pretty standard. And a lot of people do this at some point. However, Eminem, I guess, got the flag that they were going to do that. And so he filed an opposition because, as we know, he's got, he is the real Slim Shady. And I guess at first, I'll be honest, when I saw the article, I shared it to my Instagram stories and I kind of said, this is a bit of a stretch. I mean, there's nothing even similar about the real Slim Shady or Slim Shady or Shady and Reasonably Shady. Like, I feel like they're in two different buckets. However, shout out to Auntie Buffy. Shout out to Auntie Buffy because she explained this really in like easy terms. So I walked away understanding a bit more why Eminem would do this. Now, I'll be honest, there was a part of me that was like, is he secretly like a fan of the show and he's just not a fan of the Green Eyed Bandits? So he just wants to like be petty. But obviously, that's not the case. As Auntie Buffy had explained, it's more to do with, I guess, when you file a trademark, if someone else files something in a similar way, I guess there's an opportunity where you could lose your trademark. So in this case, Eminem could lose his trademark. And so I guess he's protecting it. And that makes sense to me. I mean, obviously, like I'm still learning how trademarks work, but Auntie Buffy explained it in a very simple way. And so if that is the case, which seems to be, then it does make sense. And honestly, like, in my opinion, I feel like if you're going to come up with some sort of phrase that you think would somewhere down the line, you'd want to trademark it, I would think you'd want to at least do your due diligence and research, is there an issue if I wanted to trademark this name down the road? Is someone else got a trademark on it? So I think they didn't probably do their research. So they probably just filled out the paperwork and just thought a one and done. And they probably are a little shocked that Eminem came back to file an opposition because he probably was like, I mean, maybe he does know who they are. Maybe he doesn't. I find it so funny that like just picturing Eminem just watching Real Housewives of Potomac and then seeing this trademark application. I secretly want that to be the reason, but it's not. But it is interesting because I don't know how they would get around that. So I guess that means that they can't trademark that Reasonably Shady catchphrase or title or whatever have you. So I don't know where they go from here. So if anyone out there or Auntie Buffy, if you could, jump into my comments and explain, is this the end of the road for Reasonably Shady in terms of trademarking? Is there any way around it? Because, I mean, I see from their angle, obviously they would want to trademark something so that they can monetize it more. But if he's putting a stop to it, then that's not going to allow them to do anything with that. So where do they go from here? Do they just continue to push on with this podcast and then make money in other ways. I'm not quite sure. I know it's not the end of the world or anything like that, but it is probably annoying for them because it's like they're not going to go up against Eminem. You know what I mean? They're going to keep going back and forth. So I'm sure they're going to leave it be. But if any of you guys are very familiar with trademarks, I would love to hear your 2 cents. Is there a loophole? Is there a way around this? I'm just asking because I'm still learning about trademarks, and this has been a very interesting story, mainly because of the people involved. But as always, let me know down below, what do you guys think of this? The Real Slim Shady is not having the Reasonably Shady. So let me know your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. Bye.